welcome everyone to a deep look into the paranormal with your hosts Jennifer and David Wills. And we have a co host, Kandy, who will be joining us as well. Um, say hi, Kandy. I think she doesn't know she's muted or she's doing something at the moment.
Oh, yeah, I did not know I was muted. I'm sorry.
That's okay. But say hi to everybody.
I don't know. I've been talking this whole time and didn't realize I was muted.
Oh, yeah, no, you're good. But
I was wondering if that was the case.
it happens. It happens. We're doing basically a retake of it to get a fresh
Okay.
start. This is session two, and we are. Last time we talked about the Winchester Mystery House. This time we're talking about St. Albans in Radford, Virginia. Just by looking at that picture, what do you guys think? You think it was a nice place?
It looks like a nice place, honestly.
Hmm.
But
Yeah,
usually the nice places hide the darkest secrets, honestly.
that is very true. That is very true. When I was doing the research on the place on several different sites, there are so many discrepancies on who originally owned it. But a few of them mention an SHAH development firm that owned it and then sold it to a Philadelphia firm who built the St. Albans Preparatory School for Boys. So they built two buildings that housed these boys that were rumored to room up to 50 boys, the youngest being 10 and the oldest being 21. And they did all the core curriculars. They had school dances, school functions, athletic teams, you name it, but they relied more heavily on the mathematics side of things. But it was supposedly founded by George W. Miles. I do apologize. And this is where it starts to get dark. Well, dark for the school aspect. Um, the boys were rumored to often be aggressive and verbally abusive to each other and faculty. Um, but the main headmasters encouraged it, encouraged the bullying and name calling. They would call each other names like Bess, Fanny, Miss Maud, and Shorty. It's not looking so good, is it now? It's basically a school for bullies.
Yeah, the past was the worst.
That's not even we'll get to the extreme past. This is just talking about this facility. That's in two parts. Candy, you're muted again. um,
I'm listening.
what do you think about that? About them being bullied and being
Honestly,
encouraged to bully?
honestly, that's fucked up.
Yes, it is. It actually resulted
Oh,
in the death of a few of the children there that
oh
committed
my
suicide.
god.
Yeah, they unalived themselves. And they just basically brushed it underneath the carpet.
This is why we don't bully.
Yeah, why we don't encourage it. Because
Yeah,
they'll either do that or they'll take a weapon to school, and
it's pew pew.
yeah, which is unfortunate. Um,
Yeah.
the school did eventually shut down in 1911 due to lack of funding. When it was then purchased by Dr. J.C. King in 1916. So for about 5 years, it sat abandoned.
Yeah.
Um, Dr. J.C. King um, was a superintendent at a state school before then and had previous knowledge helping patients with mental and nervous disorders. So he reopened the facility and he reopened it and connected both buildings by a one corridor. I'll wait till you both can see that. Can either of you see that right now? The next slide.
No, the slide closed for me.
Let me
Trying to
see.
get pulled back up.
1 second. Let me. There. I tried sharing it again with you. You want to go ahead and
Oh,
connect?
okay, that's very.
I don't see it.
You'd have to join the live.
Oh shit, where's the live at?
You just click on the watch in the Discord.
Oh, it didn't show it for a second. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, and you'll see that this area right here is the main corridor that he attached both buildings to. And he originally,
Oh,
huh?
I was gonna ask, how long is that quarter?
Oh, that corridor was like something like 60 feet, I believe it was when I did that.
Oh, that'd be
Roughly around.
just a long corridor. That's always creepy.
Yes, there
Yeah.
was a lot of space between these two buildings. Um, he basically he's the one who founded St. Alban's Sanatorium for those with mental disorders and nervous disorders.
Oh no, this is going to go back down a really dark path.
Oh, it's just begun. Um,
You know, all we had to say was mental disorders. I'm like, oh no.
he what he envisioned was because he had um prior knowledge on how to deal and handle with these situations. He envisioned a mental health treatment regimen that offered a farm a for fresh food and occupations for patients, gardens, orchards, and various forms of outdoor activities, just so that they can feel connected with the outside world, so they didn't feel like they were prisoners, and all they were just a mental disorder instead of a face, instead of a person.
Knew it. Yep, sounds about right.
So
It sounds like a good idea, but
yeah, it does. It sounds like a great idea. Everyone loved it. All the locals loved it. Um, then he decided after several years to open it up to other medical services. Um, and it was the only hospital locally for several counties around. Dr. King opened it up to the mentally ill and like still so that they could be seen and treated, in addition to offering medical services which include emergency services, surgeries, things of that nature, up until 1948 or 40 yeah 48 when it was another hospital was built. But he still continued to do those kind of um, kind of offer those kind of services. And here's a look at the doctor himself doing a electroshock therapy to a patient. He did things like that. He also did hydro shock therapy, which means putting or wrapping ice cold towels and submerging patients in cold water for several hours at a time to see if it could, shock them back to their common or their senses to a normality.
I know a certain amount of cold water is supposed to be good for you, but that does not sound good.
No,
It's not.
no, yeah, it's really not. Um, they even though you see this outside facade, it had a darker interior going on that not many records were officially kept. So you didn't really know what was going on. So it seemed like peaceful on the outside, but on the inside it was a completely different matter. Only those who were in the know knew what was basically going on. Um, let's see here. It was far more inhumane there. The ratio between patients was 48 staff to 6,509 patients. How are you gonna sit here and honestly treat evenly and correctly that many when you far outnumbered your own staff?
I mean, that's I can't even do that math quickly in my head. That is less than one
Yeah,
percent.
no, I can't either.
Yeah, that is seriously bad. Um, they had let's see here. The facility itself, after his death, was remained in the family until it was bought by a nameless corporation in 1965, who added a back addition to the building. And St. Alban's, I don't know the purpose of that back building, but it was built there because they wanted a revival style. Um, so maybe it was a church for a time being. Who knows? I'll have to look into that some more. But St. Albans became a National Historical Landmark on January 24th, 2020. And the reference number for that is RS100004658.
That was in 2020. It's when it got historical status.
Yes.
After it was already 200 years old. Oh well, over it was like almost
That's insane.
225.
Yeah. Um, of course, no one believed that while it was a sanatorium that the inhumane things went on, that um, patients were killed by experimental treatments. They will say that that's false. That's not, unless they were in those rooms at the time. How do they know? Can they prove that it wasn't?
Now was Saint Albans one of those places that partaked in what was it? For the longest time there, the answer to everything was a lobotomy.
Yes, they
That's
did
what
do
I was wondering
lobotomies.
too. Uh huh.
Okay, that
Yes.
was really popular for a certain period of time.
Yeah. Um, it did, of course, cause patients to unalive themselves because they wanted out of that personal hell. To them, it was
Oh
hell on
God.
earth.
Yep.
Um, yeah. And the place closed down in supposedly around the 1980s and 1990s due to continued decline and mistreatment as well as lack of funding.
Of
Um,
course, you have to throw in the mistreatment in there.
yeah. Um,
That's if those places were like that.
at that time, due to poor record keeping, the amount of deaths were unknown even to this day. What went on at the school, at the sanatorium. Um, however, the St. Albans property itself, the land itself, okay, was the site of the 1755 Shawnee Massacre of Settlers, which is also known as the Draper Meadows Massacre. 5 people died, including the death of an infant child that a warrior had rained against a cabin, which was gruesome
Oh,
because
Oh,
the
oh
hostage,
no.
yes, the hostages that they took watched it happen. One person
That's
was,
awful.
the ones that they killed were scalped. One person did manage to escape with another eventually, but yeah, it was basically back then it was a fight over land. Who had rights to it? This is my land. No, this is my land. You are the intruders. And it was a disagreement. Um, and the Shawnee felt that the settlers there were encroaching on their territory, and it's not to them. It was not okay.
well, there's not okay, and then there's killing a kid. Yikes.
What do you think the white man did?
I know not gonna get into that. No, but
Yeah, they did far worse. Um, Eleanor Drapier was the one that had been scalped, and Mary was the one that had escaped. And it was her sister-in-law's baby that they did that to.
Man, that sounds awful.
hmm Not just that. The land of St. Alban's site was also part of a Civil War battle that was one of the most recordedly violent battles, known as the Battle of Cloyd's Mountain, where 688 Union soldiers and 538 Confederate soldiers died on the site. So that land before St. Albans was even there was already bloody and full of trauma, sorrow, anger. It was already a place of um, ill intent, ill, just straight out badness.
off the wall question, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you have this or not, but do you by chance know if there's any ley lines going across that area?
No, no, I do not.
Well,
That is
I
a
know
good
there's also a
question.
main theory of certain places attract certain types of energy.
Yes. What is it? Limestone, I think, is also a generator for it.
Limestone, yeah, is a big one. Quartz is another one.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Exactly. Um, but as you can see, it already had a dark past for that land, and then for the school and sanatorium to add to it, you
it's like
know,
something
all
likes
that
anger
grief.
there.
There is dark energies there, dark entities there. That is for certain. The types of hauntings that it has are apparitions, full body sights of former patients and staff are seen. So, I mean, when I say full body, it looks like you or I just standing there, walking around. You don't see through them, but when you turn back, they're not there. That's kind of apparition. Uh, Shadowy figures can be seen moving around the facility. Those are the ones that tend to lurk and watch, catch you off guard. Reports of objects levitating on their own. I'll tell you right now that to me that spells poltergeist. Our poltergeist activity, like you know,
Yeah, stuff getting moved is definitely poltergeist.
and that poltergeists are usually the are angry spirits. So those could be former patients who are upset. Those could be some of the Shawnee, some of the settlers. It could be anyone. Soldiers have been seen there and reported there. Uh, there have been reports of disembodied voices and full conversations heard. Um, there's been reports of physical touching, tugging, pushing, and scratches, especially like the boiler rooms, which I will show you some of those pictures here in a moment.
Yeah, this
Um,
looks like more than one boiler room, wouldn't it? Because of the way it was built.
yeah, I only have a picture of one boiler room. Um, here's one. Here's one. There
That's
is
not
even
what I.
reports of seeing undead zombies of former people walking around.
Okay, that's different.
Zombies. To me, I think it's just the evil entities taking physical form and making a full body apparition
Sounds
appear.
about right.
No,
It's not. The screen's not changing for me again.
I haven't changed anything yet.
Oh, I okay. Sorry, I didn't
I
see the picture of the.
No, I will show you this
Okay.
stuff. Um, there's been mental patients seen lingering around, just kind of staring out windows, or just pacing back and forth, or just Blair witching in the corner. Um, Now this is where I find it a bit of an issue. The building has been deteriorating for some time. So we'll go on to some of these pictures. Like this. Once it shows for you, this is where a lot of the hydroshock therapy went on. You can see how deep that tub is.
It's not one to update for me. I don't know if it's my Discord is just acting off.
Then exit out of viewing it and then go back in.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do the same.
Okay, what it's showing me is the where the hallway, the sketch that shows the connection of the hallway is still there. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. But you
Okay.
should be seeing. Here, hold on. Technical difficulties. I see now. There you go. You should be able to go into it. Whoop. Are you kidding me?
Hang on, it's messing up.
Yeah, no, it took a moment there.
Oh, oh,
Oh,
they're
there I
like in
see
a
it.
bathroom.
Yeah, that's where the
That,
hydroshock.
that that's a therapy room, isn't it?
That's where the hydroshock therapy took place.
Oh
And where
God.
there's rumored to be a woman that lingers in that area.
Oh, oh
Here's this. You see? Let's see here. What did I see? It seems like I've got to keep doing this to get it to work for you guys, anyway.
oh, there's a stairwell. It's creepy as fuck.
Yeah,
I'm
that
sorry,
is.
language.
No, that's okay. It is creepy. You can see it start. Even from that hydroshock therapy room, you can see that it's already starting to degrade. Here's where it's not as bad. Let me see here. Where's the next one? Get ready for this shocker.
Was that a pun?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, wasn't intentional, as I meant to ask. Ew.
Yeah, there are parts of this where it's that dilapidated, that fallen apart. Of course, you get the creepy wheelchairs going on. Here is an. I mean,
Oh, that chair. That
yeah, they had to deal with a lot of disabilities, a lot of mental issues. There's a wide range of things that happened and went on there. Different illnesses. It is definitely not something to be. I'm
it's
not.
so moldy there. You can almost smell it as the picture.
Yeah, yeah.
Hang on, let me click. Okay, there we go. Oh, what the fudge?
No, I'm going to a different picture.
Okay, I was about to. That does not look. Oh my gosh, that looks creepy. Creepy as fudge, man.
Then we got this picture.
Is that a kitchen?
No,
Oh wow,
that is a treatment room. Probably where.
Oh,
that's a treatment room.
Yeah, because you can see right here. There's an overhead, like almost like a surgery
oh,
room.
you're right.
I think
Yeah.
this is where a few of the surgeries have taken place. It could have been converted at some
Oh,
point.
Oh my gosh.
I would not. Those. the light thing.
Mm-hmm.
I associate it with the dentist. I would not want to get a tooth pulled there.
That is, oh my gosh. So are these pictures that you're showing us like from when it's abandoned?
Yes, these are from within
Okay.
it.
These are current pictures, though, aren't they? For how
Yes.
the kind of state it's in. Oy.
Yeah. It's actually in very bad disrepair. Um, Let me see. You're seeing that one. So here is the next one. These led to some
What?
more of the patient private rooms.
Hang on, it's still
Oh,
loading. Oh no.
You can see how
yeah, that's
small they are.
private.
Those look
It's a
way too
closet.
small.
It's a
That
closet. It
reminds
looks
me of
like a
like an
closet.
isolation cell in jail.
Yeah, no, definitely jail-like.
Well, yeah, you
Yeah,
got to think
no, this
that
is
you got to keep some separate. Some people may have been more violent than others, but the thing is,
Yeah,
yeah, but I still don't
well,
think you should be treating people like that.
I
but
agree
I
completely.
gotta know. Was this there for the school kids? Was it, or was this the asylum? Or
This-
when were these installed?
These were probably part of the asylum. There are probably parts of that that were for the school itself. Like the surgery room could have been probably maybe a science room at one point.
I don't
Okay, I
think
could
it's
definitely
just
see
me,
there's a
but it's
science
kind
room.
of weird turning a school into an asylum.
Yeah,
Well, into a hospital, taking a school into a hospital. Ugh.
it went from a school to a sanatorium to a sanatorium and hospital.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
no, I did not need
oh
to see
no,
that.
that is no, take it off. Take
Yeah,
it off, please.
because some of the
Is it
entities
glued
are
in there?
children,
Yeah.
so they leave toys and various things like that.
Yeah, but I kind of expect that thing to start driving away in the shadow, not to move.
That is kind of sad and creepy at the same time.
Yeah, I completely agree. Let's see here. Here's a shot of the boiler room, of one of the boiler rooms. Let me get that up for you.
Gotta
One
see the
second.
boiler room, honestly. I want to see what this looks like.
And some of the darker entities are down here, as well as it's been known to have two ladies wandering around here as well.
I
Is this
feel like
sad?
I feel like some shit has gone. Oh, sorry. I feel like some stuff has gone down there.
More than likely, some inappropriate
Is it
things.
That
is
is
it
what
weird that
I'm
there's more
thinking.
color here? Is it weird there's more color here than the school part? I mean, you got some pretty blues, greens, reds.
What in that picture looks pretty to you?
I like the
That's what
color.
I'm wondering.
You like the
I,
colors?
yeah, I
He
actually like
is
the
a
colors.
painter, so he does dabble with colors.
I do
A
like
lot
that
of
red.
people don't know, the local people do. One of the extracurricular activities that helped with the patients and whatnot is this place had a bowling alley.
Oh, it did. I would have loved if my school had a bowling alley.
Oh yeah, no. If school had a bowling alley,
Not the
heck
school.
yeah. Uh,
Yeah, the school
What?
didn't. It was
okay,
the sanatorium and hospital did.
okay.
What?
When it was it was supposed to be for that self-sustained place. This would have been the best rec room ever.
Yeah. And as you can see through a lot of these pictures and everything, you can see people broken in while it was abandoned and have defiled it in some kind of way, made their mark, did
I hate when
graffiti,
people.
trashed the place. To me, when people
I
do
don't-
that, that's not a sign of respect at all,
Yeah, I was about to say I hate when people do that because it's just such a sign of disrespect to like history.
especially to a national landmark.
Exactly.
Um, but because of how dilapidated it is and all the how long it's been abandoned, um, groups of people have gotten together and opened the place to paranormal investigations. Um, there is a report of two ladies here. One of the ladies, let me see, I have her name here. One second. was like Gina. She was
Yeah.
actually killed nearby, but she likes the alleyway. And then there's Allie, a little girl who likes the to play games in the bowling alley area. Um, likes it when you play games with her or try to talk to her. She's a friendly, actually very friendly spirit that's there and playful.
Probably one of the very few there is.
Yeah.
Because this
Um,
place seems like it is like demonic in kind of way.
it does have some demonic activities. A lot of the areas, um, like I said, are really run down. But the place has been turned into a paranormal investigator's kind of paradise. And to do an investigation can cost you anywhere from $50 to $70 per person.
That's actually not that bad.
No. It has also been turned into a Halloween attraction where it could be anywhere from $20.85 to $31.30, which I will show you here in just a second.
I'd honestly love to go there for the paranormal activity, honestly.
And
That clown.
yeah, the hot spots are known to be the electroshock therapy room, the attic, the boiler room, the bowling alley, and the bathrooms. There is a reported activity in other various places, but not as much as those rooms. Um,
And that's actually quite a bit.
but the thing about it is that the problem I find with the paranormal investigating, which I am a paranormal investigator, I love to do it, is a lot of the paranormal investigators out there also like to instigate, like to piss the entities
Yeah, that's
off.
something you shouldn't do. Yeah, you should never do that.
No, you shouldn't, because if you make them angry, you could leave harmed. You could harm someone, get an attachment.
Yep.
You need to be respectful. And the other thing is, I understand that they're doing the paranormal investigations and charging for that, and they're charging for the Halloween attractions, which a friend of mine has apparently attended. Um, However, the causing the fear just adds to the
Yep.
energy there, and it feeds the dark
Yep. I
entities.
I I don't know how I feel about the Halloween attractions being held there.
Well, the main reason,
At that point, it's. I hate to say it, but that contaminates so much of what people are going there to try and find out and figure out. But
Yeah.
I also get that you need money to maintain a building that size.
yes, you do. You need a building. You need the funding to keep it going, keep it up, keep it structurally sound and safe for those investigators and those who come to the Halloween attractions. But again, you're the other thing is, with people coming in, and especially like the paranormal investigators,
Yeah.
that go to haunted locations and have their energy there. Every time you go to a location, you leave a bit of your own energy there, and that
Yep.
builds. And much like the
Yeah.
previous conversation we had with the Winchester House, that can cause an egregore, or egregore, however you pronounce it, and mixed with the fear will create and cause a very negative and nasty entity. But they're trying to do it for the right reasons, but to me, I feel they're using the wrong methods.
I
They're
feel
trying
like
they're trying to
I
save
feel
that landmark
yeah.
from being demolished because it's
I
up for
feel like
being
a
demolished.
GoFundMe would be better because there's a lot of people that would probably donate to the GoFundMe.
Yeah, I think that they could do that or do donations. If they want to do the tours, fine, and then ask for donations.
Yeah.
But I do not think the Halloween aspect. I know people enjoy being scared shitless. A lot of
But I
people
don't
do.
think you should do it in a actual haunted place.
No, technically, if you think about it, every place is haunted.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah.
Well,
Um,
I feel
there's a
like
difference.
there's some sort of
Yeah, there's a big difference between a place that's haunted and then trying to, well, recreate a horror movie in your own way. I mean,
yeah.
yeah,
I
that,
mean, I just feel like that's kind of disrespectful, especially to the um um the souls that haven't moved on yet.
yeah, like the it's like the bullied boys, the soldiers,
Yeah.
the patients who died there. It's not appropriate. It's not nice to
Yeah.
them.
yeah,
But
because think of it
No.
this way: if they're sentient, they're there seeing things, and they were impaired when they were alive, would it really be fair to be scaring the crap out of them, turning where they live into a haunted house?
I feel that
exactly,
is just some sort of disrespect.
yeah. Um,
Like I get the paranormal investigations, like I get that, but the haunted house part I do not get at all.
no, it's just
Yes, I
a
agree.
different way that they tried to raise money to help save the place.
I feel like they did it in such a wrong aspect though.
Yes,
Like there could have been a more tasteful way to do it. Like maybe have a haunted house outside of the place, not inside.
Agree 100%. Yeah.
but the thing is, you got to remember this 56-acre land was the site of two giant massacres.
Yeah, that's why I feel like it's tasteful.
Yeah, because they're not only pissing off and making fun of the ghosts in there. Um, not all of them. Not all of them are doing that, mind you.
No.
But the but some of them are, and it, it can turn a peaceful entity into a dark one
Yeah, because
because they're
that,
upset.
like, the I feel like, you pissed off the like little girl that's in the bowling alley. I feel like you pissed her off too much, and then she's just gonna become this vengeful spirit.
Yeah. But did you know the one thing that people seem to forget is I'm not saying Allie is. I'm not saying Allie is at all. Okay. But demons are known to take the form of little children to fool people.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of kind of I've heard of a lot of stories like that
Yes. Um,
where they use this kid like the kid like innocence to lure people in.
yeah, to drop their security. But like David,
Exactly.
yeah, like David was saying about how the haunted house kind of ruins a reputation. Yes, it does. It ruins the reputation of the haunted house being actually haunted. Because what if they put speakers in the walls, hid
Yeah,
things, remote
it makes it
control,
seem more staged.
and then it's like, well, what is real and what is not?
Exactly, and I that's another reason why I feel like the haunted house was just not a good idea.
No, I have to agree. It was not a good idea. I understand. I respect why they did it, in a sense that they're trying to raise the funds to help. But no, that was
I
taken a
feel
bit
like
too
there's
far.
more
It's
tasteful
bad enough that some of the investigators that go in there promote stuff they shouldn't.
yeah. Yeah.
And
I
like,
mean, I used to be when I was little, I used to like, try and piss off spirits as much as I could, and now I was like, oh, that's a bad idea.
yeah, because you've been affected in some way, or form, or fashion.
Yeah, I have. So I've learned my lesson to be respectful
Yeah,
and not tease the spirits and not antagonize.
but as
Because
you
from some of the like some of the spirits I'm hearing are there, they do not sound like they mess around.
know, people left with scratches, and the thing with it also is if you're not careful, you can leave with an attachment, which will follow
Yeah,
you home.
yeah, that's why you have to be respectful because you don't know what's going to attach itself to you.
Um, you also should, if you ever go into a known location that has dark entities or uh, rumored attachments, demonic activity, what have you, like this place, you
Yeah,
need to be able to find a way to cleanse yourself
yeah,
properly
yeah,
and
I
Don't ever.
feel like a lot. I feel like a lot of the time though, it's more the immatures, like the immature ghost hunters and all that. I feel like it's the immatures that do that.
Yeah. A lot of people will, may bring, not saying to this location, but maybe to another location, they'll bring in things like Ouija boards. What
I do not
people,
mess around with Ouija boards.
no,
Oh
I,
my, do
I do
not get
not
me
either.
started.
But however, when you mess with a Ouija board, you could potentially open a door that you don't
Hmm.
know is open and you don't close it,
Yeah,
which lets
that's
things
why I
out.
don't mess with them. That's why I do not mess with the Ouija boards. Like I have been taught. My mom's not spiritual at all, but she has even taught me to like not mess with a Ouija board because you don't know what kind of force it brings.
Right? Very much so. What do you think, David?
It's a lot to take in, and when you're considering everything that's going on here, it's it's a mixed bag.
It really is.
You get those if because there's so little we actually know, and there's so little we can prove versus what we're trying to look for.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And that's why I really appreciate them trying to do what they can to save the building. That I get.
Mm-hmm.
I also understand that teenagers of every era are going to try and find places like this so they can break in and do stupid shit.
yep,
Yeah. Even Satanists have been known to break into haunted locations to perform sacrifices.
that is one thing I will never get.
I'm not saying it happened at
Because
this
you just,
location, but it
I know,
has.
but you're just bringing so much more dark energy into a place.
Yes. It's like the case of, excuse my language, fuck around and find out.
Yep, yep,
And when you find out, you're going to probably be shitting and pissing yourself to the point where you are, if you never believed in God before, you will.
yeah,
And you will be begging for mercy. But St. Albans, I would love personally to give a visit to. Um,
yeah.
not for the haunted house aspect, but for a tour, and just to see the place, the character, the characteristics, like the architecture, just to see what the place is about. I've seen it on a few other paranormal investigators shows, but
Yep.
I want to see it for myself.
Yeah, that's the kind of place where I want to see it to kind of believe it. I've always had that mentality is like see it to believe it.
Yeah,
I don't want to hear about, the stories. I want to see it.
yeah. So, are you a believer or a skeptic?
Honestly, I'm a little bit of both.
I'm definitely a believer. I've actually experienced um, paranormal activity even at my childhood home.
I have too. It's more of, I don't want to believe I have to see it to believe it. I believe that there is like,
Yeah,
spirits out there and I believe that there is hauntings, but
but the
but
only
you have
thing,
to
yeah, but the only thing is that's Personally, I feel it's ruining the reputation of this place is the haunted house because it's gonna make
yeah.
people who are skeptics. How do we know that's not part of the haunted house that you staged?
Yeah, that's again, I feel like they should have done it outside if they were going to do it.
Yeah. But David, do you want to let us know what is on the schedule for next time?
All right. Next time we talked about movie inspirations for monster movies, for say killers, mythical, real, their inspirations and what's going behind it. I have something I was wanting to go over. I can't find this anywhere. The the fact that I believe that there is a serial killer, or well, at least a monster, a real life monster, that was the inspiration for Pinhead,
From Hellraiser?
and
Oh,
he was also the inspiration for several other nighttime stories of his era.
that'll be fun to see about and
Yeah.
listen. And that will
And
be on the 9th of February, just let you all know.
sounds good.
You can
All right.
continue. You can tell us some more if you'd like. I was just letting the audience know when that would be.
Well, if anyone in the audience knows the name Albert Fish,
Oh my gosh. Oh,
oh, someone knows the name. Okay.
I do. Yep. I have researched that one quite a bit.
Okay. Did Candy? Did you want to join us next time?
Yeah.
Okay. Then we will see everyone next session on the 9th of February. Take care. We'll see you all then. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
This is
Bye.
Jennifer, Candy, and David with a deep look into the paranormal.